Hey guys, welcome to another video for this wonderful device that is the Poco X3 Pro, and today we're going to see how to install AeroOS unofficial, the first ever custom ROM recovery flashable. So we're going to see the step-by-step instructions of how to go about flashing that. But before we get into all of that, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. In the description of each video, you will find a link to our Telegram community where we are about to hit 1,000 members, so please join us there. Last but not the least, if you think the hard work is worth the effort, please click on the join button and support the channel. Now without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright, so first things first, we will talk about the things and the pre-requirements. You should have an unlocked bootloader. You need to have Orange, Fox or Pitchback Recovery installed. Make sure all the data on your phone is backed up because we are going to wipe everything. The state of the recovery is such that to transfer files to your phone's internal memory, you need to do a format data, which of course wipes everything. And before flashing this ROM, you need to be on 12.0.4. I don't see a vendor available, so just flash the stable 12.0.4 ROM and then follow the remaining process. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a format data, then we will connect the phone to the computer, we will flash 12.0.4, then we will wipe everything almost like a factory reset, then we will flash the GApps version of the ROM and we should be good to go. So first things first, let's go to wipe. Go to format data and type in yes. Okay, now go to the main menu, select reboot and go to reboot recovery. All right, once you have rebooted into recovery, connect the phone to the computer because you will be then able to access the internal storage of the X3 Pro. All right, so now we are copying files. So the first thing that we will copy, of course, is the stock ROM 12.0.4. All right, so we've copied the two files over here. As you can see, we have 12.0.4 global or Indian, whatever variant you want to use, you can use, an AeroOS version 11. I'm using the GApps version. So now that we have the files copied, let's go to wipe. Okay, and let's go to advanced. So we can wipe Dalvik data. All right, don't wipe internal storage, you can wipe the cache as well. Now these are the only three things that you should wipe. It is not like Android 10 or older devices. There are a lot of changes. This is the first dynamic partition device that I'm using, so wipe these three. Okay, now first thing that you need to do is you need to install the 12.0.4 stock ROM. As soon as the vendor is available, I will go ahead and link that in the description, because after flashing the vendor you don't need to do a wipe again, but after flashing this complete ROM we will do a factory reset, we won't reboot recovery, and then we will flash AeroOS. So this flash of the stock ROM will take anywhere 2 to 3 minutes, so please be patient while that happens. Alright, so now 12.0.4 is flashed, so we will go to wipe and we will do a wipe data cache and Dalvik cache. There you go. Now we will go ahead and flash AeroOS. Now this is the GApps version that I'm using. You can choose to flash the vanilla version if that is your thing. Ignore these errors over here. That's pretty normal for the initial phase of the recovery. And as you can see, it is already flashing the ROM, and the ROM is dated 24th of April, that is today. So it has just come out, and I've heard good things about it. So if possible, I will use it for a day and maybe give you a quick preview. The moment this ROM is flashed, we will boot into it and we will just have a look at the initial impressions as to what all things are available, what all is working and what all is broken. And maybe tomorrow or day after, I will have a complete review of the initial 24 hours of usage. Let's wait for the ROM to flash and then we can boot into it. Now, as you can see over here, the ROM has been flashed. So wipe cache and reboot system. Now the first boot may take 2 to 3 minutes, so please be patient while that happens. All right, now as you can see over here, the ROM has booted up. All right, so just like that, we are on the home screen of AeroOS. So let's go to about phone, Android version 11, 5th April security patch. This is an unofficial build, but first things first, what I really like is there are no force closes. There is a very basic camera application over here. as expected from all the custom ROMs, and the good part is the front and back camera is working. Now let's actually go to settings over here, and Wi-Fi is working. I have tested that. Now if you go to mobile networks and you go to one of the SIM cards, Wi-Fi calling is off. So let's go ahead and enable it, and let's see if that is working. All right. So let's see what type of a calling indication we get over here. Okay, so Wi-Fi calling is working. Despite being a GApps build, it does have a built-in call recorder. That is something I just saw there. I've not had any force closes over here so far. Okay, now moving on, I don't see a lot of customization options because this is a very initial build over here, right? System navigation, you can choose the gesture navigation method, and the Android 10 gestures are smooth as butter. Calling is working, so more or less you can use this. Definitely usable. Let's actually go to security over here and say fingerprint pattern. Okay, next, confirm. Okay, next again. So let's try to add this finger here. Surprising part, fingerprint sensor is also working. So very good build for initial ROM, because most of the things that I saw are working just fine. It'll be interesting to see after rooting if we can try ANX the R version on this or not. Okay, so let's do done over here, and yep. So the fingerprint scanner is working. What about face unlock? Is that working? Setup, next. Here you go. Okay, so let's lock the phone again. Okay, so face unlock is working as well, and yeah, most of the things are doing just fine. What about your initial questions of safety net? Okay, so let's test the safety net over here. It says run test. Okay, so it does say that the safety net has failed, and if we go to the Google Play Store, click on sign in, yeah, it does allow you to sign in. So the safety net test has failed. That's completely fine for the first ever ROM. I really don't have any problems. Last but not the least, the reason people buy this phone, let's actually go to display over here and see if we have an option of refresh rate. Nope. So we have to sort of flash a 90 hertz APK and enable it. So we will do that maybe in the full review, because I'll be testing a lot of things. But the initial impressions of Aero OS for the Poco X3 Pro are super amazing. It's fluid, it's smooth, almost everything is working. Very good build. Kudos to the developer for the first ever build. You can support him on the Telegram channel, and let me know in the comment section, are you excited with the way the development is going for this device? And hopefully I'll be able to do a review for this. Let me know if you want me to do a review. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling, take care, goodbye.